Question 251, why is the Eucharist a sacrament of unity?
It's a sacrament of unity because it unites the faithful closely with Christ and unites them with one another. Presuming they are well disposed, that they prepare well, it promotes their unity with Christ. And it promotes their unity with one another. It also promotes the unity of the church. The Holy Eucharist builds up the church. That's why we say a bishop is in communion with the Pope. Here, we don't just mean Holy Communion, also that. It means they share the same Eucharistic table. They are united in faith and in celebration. They receive the same Holy Eucharist. And those who broke away, we say they are no longer in communion with the successor of St. Peter. That means the unity is not perfect anymore.
So when you talk about the sacrament of unity, too, that virtue of unity is so important. It seems like the devil today, in our own weak natures, that we become so individualistic, and even our own nation, we don't know our neighbors anymore. There's no unity in a neighborhood. The unity in the family is not there. Very few families gather for an evening meal anymore. Husbands and wives have their own separate careers. It just seems like the whole area of unity is broken in the family at all dimensions.
That is the loss of a very important value.
Yes.
The Catholic community should help to reverse the equation. The parish is the most important area where that can begin to happen. The parish community gets together to celebrate the Holy Eucharist. Effort must be made that it be not just celebration in church, that the symbolism of give one another expression of peace, that symbolism should be lived out. After Mass, depending on possibilities, there must be some way for parishioners to know one another, to meet one another. If a parishioner is sick and is not visited by someone in the name of the parish within a few days, then there is something not going well in that parish. Yeah. If the parish is too large in terms of numbers, some ways must be found so that the individual does not feel lost in the big group. It may be what they call basic ecclesial community, but whatever form it takes, the parish community is a community, Eucharistic community of faith and love. They believe together, they celebrate together, they live together, they care for one another. So the individual knows, I belong to a caring community.
That seems so alien to a typical American parish. You know, we are losing many, many Catholics today to our Protestant brethren that have achieved that degree of personal unity within their congregations. And so often, even those that even go to daily Mass don't know the others that are going to daily Mass. They go in and they leave and they all go their way. And we just see, so really the sacrament, if we're receiving it properly, is supposed to be sowing seeds of unity within the community itself.
The Holy Eucharist, as you have just said, properly celebrated, has all the dynamism and power to promote unity.
Right.
When the cardinals of the whole church met in April 1991 in the Vatican to discuss two topics, menace against life, and that is all the threats against life in the world, and second theme were the sects, the menace of the sects, the challenge. One of the points discussed on the sect was precisely that if the parish community is not lively and does not convince the individual that the individual is known and loved and also appreciated and given a role, that the individual is not just a number in several thousands. If that does not happen, the sects or new religious movements or whatever name we call them, they will soon fish that person out and give the person a sense of being recognized.
That's right.
Everyone likes to be recognized and to be loved as an individual. Nobody wants to be a nameless number.
I know this is happening to the tune of almost 1 million Catholics a year in South and Central America that's happening to, which is devastating.
That shows us we must have another look
Yes.
at how we celebrate the Holy Eucharist and how we allow it to influence our lives in the community. Is our parish a caring community of love and service?
Yes.
Or is it just a community in which we sing hymns in church, and as soon as Mass is over, everybody runs away as if the building were on fire?
That's about it. That's exactly what it is. You might even get a crash in the parking lot. Is this what the Holy Father means by re-evangelization then? To revitalize our faith?
That
again?
would be one.
Yes, one
It
of
isn't
the-
all of it,
right.
but it would be one.
One basic.
Not only that the celebration should be lively, but that the celebration should be allowed to influence our lives as a caring community,
Yes.
so that a person is happy for being a member of the church. One of the tests is, if a member is sick, what happens? What does the parish do? If a member is in psychological difficulty, economic crisis, family difficulty, does the parish, as parish, what does it do? Does the parish make such a move that the individual feels, I am loved by my faith community?
I remember when our apartment building burned down and all of our clothes and everything we had burned up. And Father Riley took me to Sears and bought me a coat and clothes and, outfitted us again. And but he took the time to take me, a little boy, out and shop and get us some clothes. And that was just a beautiful act of solidarity. I still haven't forgotten today. But you just don't see that today. And I think maybe this is why Mother Teresa has been saying it over and over again to us personally, that the Eucharistic Holy Hours, to have these gatherings every week in churches with the families in front of the Eucharist. She just said, not in a parish hall, not in a private home, but in the church where our Lord is present in the Eucharist, in the tabernacle, because there's special graces of unity there.
Very meaningful.
Yes.
Oh, yes. She knows what she is talking
Yes,
about.
she does.